Today we're going over my pros and cons of West Sacramento. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As always, before I get started, hit the like button, subscribe, and ding the notification bells. We got new videos coming out for you every single week. Today's video is all about West Sacramento. We're going over those pros and cons. Let's jump right into it. My first pro is gotta be the suburban living. First of all, you are in a great location, right? But you get that suburban living. And what I mean by that is you're right next to Sacramento. So if you've got to go over there for whether it's work, nightlife, just enjoying maybe a sporting event, or even going to the cinema, anything that they're doing in the Sacramento area, you're right on the other side, but you still have that suburban living. So this is gonna be a great place for young professionals. Also, if you are a retiree, it's gonna be a great place for you as well, because there's not as much hustle and bustle as if you're in the city. Or if you're a young family, it's gonna also be one of those places because of the activities that you're gonna love being in. And that's going right into my number 2, is the activities in the actual West Sacramento area. So you not only have the River Cats out there with their stadium, they've got Tuesday nights, they're doing something out there. You also have the barn right across from there. You've got the river walk as well. You've got the actual river itself, that if you want to get on the boat, because it is of course a boater's town, that's right there. And they've got some nice huge parks in the area as well. The other cool thing is going to be kind of like their craft beer and shopping areas. I mean, when you're out in this area, this is a growing area. You not only have big guys out there like Target, you've got Nugget, and then like I said, you've got those craft breweries. That's going to be more in that barn setting. There's just a lot of activities, like I say, for you to do, for the family to do. One of the things I will give props out to is the mayor right now, really putting an emphasis on the family and even bringing more family events to the area, which, just talking to some of the people as I'm out there showing property, neighbors, the families out there, even the young professionals really are enjoying seeing what's happening in that West Sacramento area. All right, number 2 is going to, of course, be the housing market. Now, when you're in West Sacramento, location-wise, you're right on the other side of the freeway to Sacramento. So remember, you're actually in Yolo County, not Sacramento County. So the cool thing is real quickly, if you want to get to the downtown Sacramento, maybe go to Doco, hit the Kings game pretty soon, that soccer stadium that's gonna be done over there, you can hit that up pretty quick, or if you just gotta commute for work. Now with that though, because you're on the other side and you're actually in Yolo County, that's one of the cool things, is the housing is a lot cheaper. Right now at the time of this actual filming, we're looking at an average price point of about $513 in the area, but you can even grab a brand new build that's gonna actually probably push a little bit more into, say, like that 535, maybe 550 area. But with the incentives they've got going on right now, they're really enticing people to get out there. I've had a couple clients that we've looked in the area, and we've seen anywhere from a $10,000 credit to, I think the highest one I've seen out there so far is about a $20,000 credit. So keep that in mind while you're out there shopping for your property, is just because the sticker price, especially on those new ones, are at a certain price point, those builders, they're trying to build as quickly as they possibly can, but they need to move that inventory. So they're willing to work with you and get you into that property. And if a credit's gonna help that get done, we can definitely negotiate with that. The other cool thing with the housing that's happening is there's a lot of different looks. Look, we've got some of the houses that are older, built like say 1960s to maybe the 2000s. You are going to have some of the bigger lots out there. But what I'm finding is with the builders out there right now, to keep those prices down, is you are getting a lot more townhomes out there. We've of course got the waterfront that has all the new condos that are coming in there that I don't care if you're a retiree, young professional, or family, a lot of people are liking, just because you get a pretty cool look over the river into downtown Sacramento. If you're on the other side, you're checking out Sutter Park, or you're actually even looking over to kind of the city of West Sacramento. So really a lot of cool things happening in the housing area. Now with that, I'll go with one of my cons is you are having a lot of new builds. With those new builds, that means new schools, new roads, new bridges that are coming into play. So you are going to have mellow roofs in a lot of, especially the newer areas that they're building. It's not as bad as say like Sac County, especially I was just talking about Elk Grove in one of my last videos. So the mellow roofs isn't through the roof, but do expect that you are gonna have to pay mellow roofs unless you get into those early 2000s homes. And then you're gonna see a lot of that where the mellow roofs has kind of run its course, or it's getting close to running its course for a lot of these things. One of the other things that is a huge pro is going to be the waterfront. You're not gonna only hear this in this video, you're gonna hear this in multiple videos. Sacramento, for the longest time, even though we're a water town or a river town, we really didn't utilize the river that much. Finally, West Sacramento is going for it. They are developing, like I said, a lot of condos. They've put the river cats right there on the edge. They've got that river walk that's out there, which is beautiful. We've got 2 new bridges that are coming, or at least in the works as we speak. There's been bids on them. They have renderings out there. We're just waiting for them to actually start tearing some of the old ones down to rebuild some new stuff. Now, the other thing I will say is, it's not that big of a deal, but depending on where you're at in West Sacramento, and this is gonna be one of my cons, is there is a little bit of a homeless population. Now, if you're in, say, the waterfront area, if you're in some of this newer development area, it's not gonna be any big issue for you. You're really not even gonna probably see any problems, but because, again, go back to we're so close to Sacramento, when you get more into some of those industrial areas that West Sacramento has and was actually known for a long time, you are going to have a homeless population down there. The mayor, I'll give it to the mayor, doing everything they can to really keep that down, find places for these people to go to get help. But because they're kind of just spreading over from Sacramento, you are going to notice that if you get into certain pockets. If you've got more questions about those pockets, just leave a comment down below or send me a text. I can kind of give you a little bit more details on those areas. But again, if you're going in there for the community, if you're going into the areas where the schools are going to be more at that top rate, you're not going to have these issues. Just know that. But you will hear from time to time the homeless population can get a little rough in those lower areas. All right, another con for me is you are going to be outside Sacramento County, or actually Sacramento itself. So you are not on SMUD, you are actually back onto PG&E. So your bill compared to if you were actually in the Sacramento area is probably going to be double. Cool thing is, again, there's all those new builds going on. So for the most part, if you're getting a new build, you probably have solar on there already. But then if you're looking in some of the older neighborhoods, you're gonna notice that your PG&E bill is quite high. Just be prepared for that. If you're a family of say 4 and you're running that AC all the time, you're probably looking in that, I would say $500-600. If you've actually have a pool, I would jump that up to $700. And I'm talking usually peak of the summertime. I'll ask my locals here for a little bit help on that. If you guys actually have a bill that you can post, or if you guys want to kind of break down a little bit more, I would love it. I'll actually reach out to some of my clients and see if I get one of their bills so I can break that down and do a cost of living for you so you get a little bit more understanding. but you do have to just remember that PG&E is out there. They're not shutting you down like we have heard in some of these other California areas. That's going to be more in our foothills areas, but like I say, just the bill itself is going to be a little bit more expensive unless you have solar out there. There are different solar options for those older houses. I'm finding more and more my clients are just choosing to pretty much lease these things. And I would say that's also another thing to know if you're looking at some of these older houses is expect that they're most likely not owned by the property owner. There's going to be some sort of lease on that you'll just have to take over with the house, and it kind of just shifts with the property. So just a little thing to know. Now, another con I'll say about West Sacramento is it's going to be that they actually have a long way to go. So you can actually look at this as a pro or a con. West Sacramento for a long time, from an outsider's perspective to an insider's, it's really was always looked at as more like an industrial area for a very, very long time. Now this has changed since the early 2000s. We took a pause, of course, and now we're kind of back up and running. So it is changing rapidly. We're seeing a lot of growth from it, but they just have a long ways to go in building West Sacramento out. So you're not gonna have all the amenities right there that you want, but like I say, it's getting better. And two, don't forget, right across the bridge, you get anything and everything that you could dream of. So if you're buying now though, even though I'm saying this is a con, I'll throw that as a pro as well, is you're getting in early enough that in the next 10 years, I really do think that West Sacramento is going to end up being one of those places that everybody wants to be in, because the community is really getting behind their elected officials and really pushing for more. They're pushing for more schools, they're pushing for better neighborhoods, they're pushing for bigger parks, more walking trails, they're pushing for even more companies, the right companies, to come into town. So I think West Sacramento might be one of those little sleepy towns that people just are not going to expect much from. And then one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna look over there, and I think a lot of people are gonna be surprised at really what that home prices are and what that community is actually all about. And those are my pros and cons of West Sacramento. I'm actually, next week, I'm gonna get out there. There's a few neighborhoods that I really want to hit up for you guys, give you a little sneak peek on those. One's gonna be like the Washington Square area. I wanna go ahead and do a little filming on the Broderick district, also go over to the Bridge district, and then show you guys the Rivers and Southport. So I'm gonna get some film out there next week for you guys so I can actually show you these neighborhoods. These are neighborhoods that a lot of my clients are asking questions about, so I wanna make sure that I'm actually showing you guys what the areas look like. If there's anything that you guys wanna know in particular, again, throw that comment, throw me a text message, let me know. I'll make sure to try to get that into the next video. Other than that, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.